All right, Nessa girl. It's sad for me to report what I'm about to report, but I just got to keep it real. Of the 3 seasons of Insecure, this was the #1 episode that I actually hated the absolute most. It was hard for me to get through this episode after Issa and Molly got to Nathan's house. Like, just the level of desperation and thirst upset me from a place that I didn't even know existed. And maybe because I just can't relate. I always say one area in life God has spared me from is that being crazy over another human being. Like, I've never been there. I don't understand it. And quiet as it's kept, if it's gonna have me doing what Issa's ass was doing at that boy's house, then I don't want to understand it. Like, that shit was psychotic. And I was just sitting here thinking to myself, you know, damn, how could this creative, nice looking, well put together, college educated, all these other positive attribute having black woman be doing that shit? Was disgusting. Like, I just wanted to throw my phone at the TV, y'all. That's how turned off I was by what she was doing. And it's just like, damn, bitch, you ain't even known him long enough to be doing all of that. And Molly, real talk, you ain't no good friend either. Because there's just no way in hell I would let my friend play themselves like that. Like, it's one thing to be ride or die and have your friends back, but it's another to aid in them being crazy. Like, I just would have never done that shit with a friend. Now, what I would have done, I would have been like, all right, let me call Andrew and see where he at. I would do that on your behalf. But this whole buying donuts and then you barging your way in and going through the, like, after you looked in the room and he wasn't there, then you going through his stuff, like, damn, really? But at any rate, the episode opens up with Issa being all out of sorts because Nathan has not called her. Now, I've been there before. You know, why they not calling me? Damn. You know, I've checked the social media. You know, I've called mutual friends. Hey, you seen so-and-so? I've done that. But shit, after 3 or 4 days of that and the motherfucker ain't called or respond, I chalked it up to he don't want me. And it ain't got nothing to do with me. And it got everything to do with him because I got good pussy, bitch. Okay? Y'all see the way I roll my kiki. At any rate, so I understand Issa being all out of sorts at the top of the episode. Molly goes on a date with Andrew, and date #1 is awesome. I love the level of flirting that was going on between Andrew and Molly. Andrew looked it good. Molly looked it comfortable. And I love how she was like, okay, I got to get back to work, but can I see you maybe tomorrow or later this week or whatever she said. I was like, okay, look at Molly opening up and trying to do something with herself instead of being all super complicated all the damn time. Lawrence wants to go to church. You know what? I've been really identifying with the Lawrence character this season about just wanting to be on your grown man shit. You know what I'm saying? Just ready to like settle and get in cruise control with your life. I'm tired of the discovery phase. I'm tired of going through, you know, young people hookups and hiccups. Hiccups is what I meant to say. I'm just ready to just be settled, and not necessarily settled in a relationship, but settled in my grown man and have all this other playboy shit behind me, because that's where I am in my life right now. So I totally relate to Lawrence. He was like, you know what? I don't need to go to a bar. I don't need to go to a club. I don't need to go deep diving in a sea of puss. I need to go to church and get grounded. And though I'm not the church type, I can still relate to the sentiment and the need for the Lord. Quiet as it's kept, honey. My ass to be down to the church, too busy sneaking with the deacon. But this ain't about me. It's about Lawrence and Issa. Issa gets in the mirror and starts taking these pathetic ass selfies. And then she posted and her brother read her. Y'all, that shit was funny as fuck. And then she had to pull over Because when she got the notification, she thought it was Nathan responding to them old pathetic ass selfies. And it's like, no girl, go find you a goddamn hobby, or go call, what's the dark skinned black one? Not Reggie, because he looked like Reggie Bush to me. Go call Daniel. See, let me tell you something. Let me deviate from this real quick. Dating is like basketball. You got to have X amount on the floor and X amount on the bench, and you rotate them out until you are fully committed to somebody. Until then, you don't let nobody run you crazy. Switch them out. So, you know, they say the best way to get over a man is to get under another one, and I swear by that. And that come from the old lady. Y'all already know where she sit. Issa, okay, how many of y'all got stalker social media accounts? I have never done that. I got a couple friends that do. I think that's some pathetic ass shit too. I just think it's pathetic and it's weak as fuck. I can assure you, I have never done that. I have never created any account other than the one that I own to be fishing around social media. I just think that's some weak bitch shit and it's lame as fuck, and I'm against all things lame. So when she called Kelly to get the password for their stalker account, but then she made a mistake and slid in Nathan DMs from her correct account, that's what the fuck you get for playing goddamn games, you Issa, you. Lawrence goes down to the church with his crazy homeboy. What's his homeboy name? I can't think of his name. And Lawrence is sitting there getting the word, and his friend is sitting there looking at the girls. And then when he threw his hands up and went to the front of the damn church for redemption and he was crying, I was like, I cannot believe what the hell I'm watching. But that's how gospel work. You know, sometimes it just moves the people who don't even think they need it. It's shot up in his bones, and I'm here for it. He may not come when you want him, but he'll do what? And that's the girl. He'll be there right on time. And that's what he did for that friend. But even better, after church, Lawrence found a woman at his church home, and she's so good too. I'm sorry that Miss Janet Kimberell ain't work with me in my whisper voice. That's like on the next tier, and I'm not there yet. I gotta work with my regular voice first before I can start doing extra things like, I'm sorry that. See, I can't even whisper good. So they took Mariah Carey songs, Janet Jackson songs, and Shantae Moore songs out the curriculum until I master Every Man Wants a Woman. See, I do that good, but I'm sorry that I can't. I'm not there yet. Miss Jan, bitch, I want a referral fee for all the people I send to you and Kimberly. I don't need your prayer, bitch. I need a coin. Moving right along. Lawrence found a little girl who hollered at him after the church or whatever. I mean, they say if you want to find a good somebody, go down to the church. Me, on the other hand, you know, I think church people is the worst people on earth. But if it makes you a better person, I'm all for it. It just ain't for me. Don't try to push your church shit on me. And I don't mind dating somebody that go to church. They just can't go every Sunday. Like, I couldn't date nobody that go every Sunday, you know. I need somebody that got one foot in the church and the other foot in the bar, if you get my drift. Hang if you can hang. No pain, no gain. Because it's painful getting up, going to church after you've been down to the bar with a Honda Cosby on Saturday night, honey. If anything, bitch, I need Wednesday church, okay? Wednesday round back 4:30 work for me. Quiet as it's kept. Anywho, Molly goes on a second date with Andrew and shit goes left. Molly, here's another piece of advice from the old lady sitting under a tree. You never discuss your old man with your new man. It's just that cut and dry. And you know, Molly says something slick to Andrew, and Andrew says something slick back to her, says the person who's dating her married friend. And Molly did not like that damn shit. Karate Kid hi-ya'd her ass to the white meat, bitch. Hi-ya! Okay, and Molly, being the spoiled bitch that she was, got all in her feelings, couldn't handle it or whatever, and she wanted to walk out the way Contessa walked out on Toya ass on Married to Medicine. And it's like, but you know what, Molly? I mean, all he did was held up a mirror and let you see your damn reflection. You wasn't mad with him. You was mad with yourself, okay? So then it goes, and it just goes to show Molly ass is not over Dro. She just not over him. Then it goes from that to Molly pitching the presentation outside of Torian. Now, here's the thing. Torian is the captain of the team, and Molly, you know, you're a teammate, and he's lead on this project, and Molly has just got this undying thirst to be recognized that it is off-putting to the rest of her team, and she doesn't realize that her thirst and career ambition is alienating her from the very people she's going to need to help prop her up when the going gets rough. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, damn, girl, the thirst is real. And let's just say, okay, Molly, you get a promotion tomorrow and you're thrust into a leadership position. You're going to have a hard time leading those people because none of them like you. Therefore, they're going to give you a hard time. They're not going to respect you. They're not going to want to work up under you. And your life at their job is going to be hell. I just don't understand how Molly doesn't understand. Take it slow, sis. Like, figure out the dynamics at the job. Get in there and figure out where you fit in and where you're most valuable. And stop trying to be the superstar. Like, Molly, she needs to be validated by a head pat and an attaboy so bad that it is rubbing everybody the wrong way. Like, I think she still could have accomplished the same level of praise and notoriety that she got doing the project alone as she could have done it doing it with Torian. The partners have been Molly before, and I have seen so many situations where people have been passed up for leadership roles. They've been good and they've been qualified, but they've been overly ambitious, and that translates to disloyal, and people have passed them up because they were like, we don't need somebody who will turn on the rest of the team for a shot at stardom at the drop of a dime. And what Molly around here thinking she doing something good, but she's really digging her grave. Mark my words. Then Issa and Molly show up at Andrew's house, and y'all, I couldn't wait. I had to get that shit off my chest at the front of the goddamn video. And she does all that crazy shit. Like I said earlier, I just wanted to fucking vomit. And then when Issa and Molly got back in the car, she was like, girl, like seriously, what is wrong with you? I need y'all to drop down in the comments. I mean, have y'all ever been that goddamn gone for somebody? I haven't, and quite frankly, I do not want to be. Then Issa goes on to delete all of Nathan's contact information. That's what the hell she should have did in the first place. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. That is me all the way. If I feel myself going down a slippery slope and I feel like, okay, I'm not getting what I need from this person attention-wise or emotionally, I don't torture myself by allowing their shit to keep coming up in my feed. Out of sight, out of mind. So I delete all that shit so it does not have to come in my space. Remember, I said on previous videos, I protect my peace and my sanity by all means. And last but not least, you know, Torian returns to the office, and Molly's walking through, and he snubbed the fuck out of her ass and didn't want to speak. And rightfully so. Then Issa ends up going to the entrepreneurship thing where she runs into Lawrence, and they end up going for coffee. I love where Lawrence. I love where Issa and Lawrence's relationship is going. There's nothing like having a friend that knows you so intimately that you can just be blah. And it's funny because it's like when you stop fucking the person and you stop dating them, you can actually be even more intimate with the person because you're not worried with, am I turning my mate off by being this vulnerable about this feeling? This, I mean, definitely was a lot of jewels to take away on this episode of Insecure, but it just really turned me off at the stalkerish single white female shit that Issa was doing. So, y'all, that's Insecure. Unfortunately, we only got one episode left, and I feel away. The shit is too short. Number one, it feel like the season just started and now it's over, and now we finna have to wait a fucking another 9-10 months for another season. I'm feeling a little way. At any rate, Nessa girl, y'all drop down in the comments and let me know what you're thinking, and I'll call you later. Bye.